Question 1. The table below shows some of the physical properties of two objects. Object 1, sinks in water, electrical insulator, dissolves in water, thermal conductor. Object 2, floats in water, electrical conductor, does not dissolve, thermal conductor. Based on their physical properties, which of the objects is most likely a metal? A. Object 1, because all metals are more dense than water. B. Object 2, because metals are good electrical conductors. C. Object 1, because metals are soluble in water. D. Object 2, because all metals are less dense than water. Question 2. A group of students made observations about 4 different objects and recorded their observations below. Object, physical state, is it soluble, does it conduct electricity? F, solid, no, yes. G, liquid, yes, no. H, solid, yes, no. J, solid, no, no. Based on the table below, which of the following tables correctly identifies each object? Choice A. Label F, object paperclip. Label G, object honey. Label H, object sand. Label J, object aluminum foil. Choice B. Label F, object aluminum foil. Label G, object honey. Label H, object pepper. Label J, object glass cup. Choice C. Label F, object plastic cup. Label G, object water. Label H, object salt. Label J, object iron nail. Choice D. Label F, object iron nail. Label G, object honey. Label H, object sugar. Label J, object plastic cup. Question 3. A student was investigating density using 4 different liquids. Each liquid had a different color of dye. One of the liquids was rubbing alcohol. He poured 20 milliliters of each liquid into a graduated cylinder and let the mixture settle into layers. Which of the following steps would help the student identify the layer of rubbing alcohol? A. Add water to the mixture and observe which layer it settles underneath. B. Freeze the mixture and observe which layer freezes first. C. Add more rubbing alcohol to the mixture and observe which layer increases in volume the most. Choice D. Carefully pour each liquid into a separate container and observe which liquid evaporates first. Question 4. A new coffee shop is designing to-go cups to serve their coffee in. They need a design that uses a material that insulates thermal energy and doesn't feel hot to the touch. Which material would be the least useful as an insulator? A. Aluminum. B. Plastic. C. Rubber. D. Cardboard. Question 5. copper wire can carry an electric current through a circuit if the copper is exposed. It can create a spark or pass the electricity through your body when you touch it. Copper wires are usually covered with a plastic outer layer. Why is it important that copper wires are covered with plastic? A. Plastic is a good conductor. B. Plastic does not melt. C. Plastic is a good insulator. D. Plastic is easy to bend and move. Question 6. A child is playing with different objects in a plastic pool filled with water. The objects in the pool are shown below. Wooden cube, rock, golf ball, ping pong ball, rubber duck. Which objects are most likely more dense than water? A. Wooden cube, ping pong ball, and rubber duck. B. Rock and golf ball. C. Wooden cube, rock, and ping pong ball. D. Rock and rubber duck. Question 7. The table lists some properties of 4 different types of matter: object, physical state, magnetic, conduct electricity, conduct thermal energy. 1. Liquid, no, yes, yes. 2. Solid, no, yes, yes. 3. Solid, yes, no, yes. 4. Solid, no, no, no. Which 2 samples could be copper and styrofoam? A. Sample 1 and sample 2. B. Sample 3 and sample 4. C. Sample 1 and sample 3. D. Sample 2 and sample 4. Question 8. A student tested different types of matter during a lab in class. Which of the following substances is not soluble in water? A. Honey. B. Sugar. C. Pepper. D. Salt.